50 yards, 60 yards, 45 yards. It's over with.
Fires into the end zone. That ball's going to be caught. Touchdown back in the end zone. Brian Thomas Jr. Now he steps forward. Trevor's going to run it if he wants. He's going to run it forward. He's along the left sideline. Trevor's into the end zone. Touchdown. He ran it in. A 15-yard touchdown. Firing downfield. That ball's going to be caught. Rolling into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for Bashal Toot. Fires once Etienne. Near the goal line. He dives for it. Touchdown. They snuck Travis Etienne out of the backfield, and he scored a touchdown with 21 seconds to play and a half. How good is that? Fire. That's Etienne in the middle of the field. Caught. Touchdown. Yet another touchdown pass for Trevor Lawrence. Yet another touchdown catch for Travis Etienne, and the Jags have extended the lead, an 8-yard score. Inside of their stays on his feet, 30-yard line, 25, along the near sideline, 10, 5, touchdown! Travis Etienne has scored again from 45 yards away. How good is that?
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Jaguars Today. I tried, Tony. I tried. Dylan Denmark was giving us examples of bilingualism in there, and his
brought to you by
command.
Rosetta Stone.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Have you done Rosetta Stone?
I did when I in 6th grade. We used Rosetta Stone.
Okay. Did it work?
No,
Just
but
say no.
Say the word.
Just by a little, couple words.
You act like I would know how to pronounce these words in Spanish. So, how do you say telephone in Spanish?
Telefono.
What?
How you say it?
Telefono.
Telefono makes more sense.
how
to me.
it's
I know what he was saying.
Telefono just rolls off the tongue a lot
If you
better.
said telefono, I would know what you're talking
Exactly.
about. You know, It's
Yeah, we're
telefono.
American. We ain't got to worry about that junk.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying.
Make it in Miami,
it
different
has
story.
telephone in there.
Such an American Spanish. Telephone in Spanish. Telefono?
Telefono.
Telefono.
Pants.
I know
Pantalones.
what it is.
You just add the O.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Spanish. I don't know how to pronounce those words. He said telefono. For all I knew, that was the right way to say it. D-Rock, how you feel about any of this stuff right here? You want to weigh in on
Not at
the
all.
Spanish language?
I have enough trouble with the English language.
Don't we all around here? All right, Jaguars today. Mike DeRocco is here with us. Jaguars playing the Denver Broncos. Very important game, obviously, for a variety of reasons. People want to know why your website hates the Jaguars, D-Rock, once again.
It's in the contract.
Predicting the Jags to lose not only this week, but to the Colts as well. But they did then save it by having them beat the Texans on the road in the first round of the playoffs. You know, that would be like the worst, right? Not only not winning the division, but having to go play Houston in their house, I think, would be the worst. I don't want to mess with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, we have that conversation a bunch in the media room, like which team, if you're the Jaguars, do you not want to play? And I'm firmly in the Texans. Like they would rather go to Pittsburgh. I think they would even rather go to Buffalo than play the Texans and that defense, because
in that state. But what about?
Yeah.
But if you could, you would
even
take
here. I would say
you'd rather go to Pittsburgh. You think they'd rather go to Pittsburgh than host the Texans?
No. I think they would rather have a home playoff game.
Of course.
But from my perspective, and when we're talking about it, it's like, which team would you not? Do you think the Jags would have the worst chance against? Or if you're the Jags, which team do you not want to play? And I'm like, if I'm the Jags, the team I don't want to play is the Houston Texans. That's
and
at
why
the top
is that?
of the list. Just because that defense is such a pain in the rear end.
And they know. And look, you
and
can argue.
had,
we beat them once. We had them beat twice. Why should we fear the Houston Texans?
Well,
I'm saying that's a fair
it is a
argument
fair thing,
or a question to ask.
But, it's not like the Jags have had a ton of success against the Texans, even when they've been pretty good. And I think that it's a better matchup with Pittsburgh. It's a better matchup with Buffalo, even though there's the Josh Allen factor.
Right. You can't host Pittsburgh here, though.
No.
Likely,
I'm just saying, like, whatever team that they play, regardless of where it is, it's a better matchup there. Clearly, it's a better matchup for them against the Chargers. I think if I'm the Jags, I'd take the Patriots or the Broncos over playing the Texans.
All right, speaking only for yourself here, okay? Let's say – no, seriously. Let's say the Chargers have the 6th seed.
Uh-huh.
And the Texans have the 7th seed. Okay? would you rather the Jags then be the 3rd seed instead of the 2nd seed? Because then you'd play the Chargers. The Texans would go play probably New England, right? But then if New England won, you go on the road the next week as opposed to hosting consecutive games in the playoffs.
If I'm the Jaguars?
If Mike DeRocco got to pick his druthers on this.
I think I would want to be the highest possible seed I could, only because if there's that number 1 seed upset, then everything comes through your
Absolutely.
Your town.
But that's what I'm
Right.
asking, because in that scenario, being the higher seed, you'd match up with the team you'd least like to play.
Correct. But if those are 2 separate conversations.
Well,
right? You know,
they are, but it could all be the same conversation.
It could be.
Right?
It
I mean,
could
literally
be.
it could come down to that. And
But
I kind of,
there's-
honestly, I like the idea of the Texans going into New England or Denver in week 1 of the playoffs and the Jags hosting the Chargers. And, like, those are 2 teams that, I agree with you. It's not a fear thing. I think I respect their ability to compete more than I do the LA Chargers, in the
Right.
postseason.
Yeah,
at
for
least.
whatever reason, this team owns Justin Herbert, and
Well, I
that's
mean, we handled him
Right.
badly this year, not that long ago.
right. And in 22, like Trevor's unbeaten against Justin Herbert, beat him twice in 22.
Their
obviously.
offensive line is beat to hell.
Decimated.
Their quarterback has a broken hand and
Right.
his non-throwing hand.
They don't run it real well.
They don't.
And
Their defense is good.
and you've been able to pretty much do whatever you've wanted offensively against them.
Isn't this the nice conversation to have, Tony? I mean, isn't it right? Like we're going opponent shopping, kind of. And it's not going to be to the degree. I mean, it could be potentially. You go into weeks 18 knowing if you lose, you're the 3 seed and you get this match. I mean, it could go that way, But I don't think. I think the Jags are going to just try to win every game possible. I think they're going to try to get the highest seed possible because what you said, that number 1 seed gets knocked off, and then all of a sudden you're hosting the AFC Championship game potentially.
Well, and I think for the first time since they expanded the playoff format to the 7 teams making it from each conference, for the first 4 years of it, it felt like the 7 seed was just cannon fodder. Right, when they got to the playoffs. But last year, I think Green Bay was the first 7 seed that won a playoff game, and they advanced in the playoffs beyond that. But you look at the 7 seeds right now, as they look in the NFL, you have Green Bay in the NFC right now as the 7. Houston
That's what I'm
in
saying.
the AFC. Like, the 7s are dangerous.
Correct.
In both conferences right now. And when you talk about the matchups, it's kind of funny just looking at the potential matchups for the Jags. The 2 teams that are scariest to me in the AFC, really, as a matchup thing, it's Buffalo and Houston. And that's the 6 and the 7.
For different reasons.
Right. Like right now in the AFC, those are the 6 and 7. Now, they may not wind up that way.
Right, because the Texans play the Chargers head-to-head next week.
Right.
And so that's going to knock one of them a little further down. Maybe so.
That's in LA, yes.
I think it is.
So.
I think it is. By the way, your site predicted because they mapped out the whole rest of the season.
My fault. All my fault.
No, your site.
That's
I
in
said.
My bad.
They had the Texans beating the Chargers next week 33-6 on the road. So that's how they feel about the Texans
I'll
currently.
tell you what, the Chargers beating the Eagles, the way they beat the Eagles, that was very impressive.
It was.
Very, very impressive.
Right.
So I don't know that.
They're all playoff
It's the league,
teams.
man.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it.
It is what it is,
But
man.
it does. There are teams that are better matchups for you.
Yeah, but
there always are.
there's just as good a chance that the Chargers win that 33-6. To be honest with you, to me, than as the other thing.
Yeah, I don't
And
see them beating
there
the
is
Texans
a difference. Like
33-6.
some years, teams go limping into it by the time you get into the playoffs. Right now, none of the teams that are playoff teams are limping. Right, like everyone's playing at or near their best right now. Like all 14 teams that look like playoff teams right now are playing that way.
I'd
Now,
argue with Green Bay.
the last 3
just
weeks,
'cause of the
we'll see what they
injuries.
look like. Yeah, here over the
But
last 3 weeks.
The Texans are the hottest team in the league, 6 straight wins,
Right.
followed by this team.
The Denver Broncos have won.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, forgot about the Broncos.
11 in a row,
I'm sorry.
and we're playing them this week.
I forgot about the
Talk
Broncos.
about overlooking an opponent, Mike
Forgot
DeRocco.
I had written.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's going to be 11, and then that's it. So that it would be 7 and 6.
Okay.
I
Someone
forgot
hasn't
about
done
the
journalism
Broncos.
this week,
I
apparently.
know. I'm
My
telling you.
goodness.
I had just written that down in a story
Try
that's running
journalism.
Friday. Forgot about that.
All right, we got to take a break here. Today's question of the day. which Jacksonville Jaguar is the biggest X factor in the matchup with the Broncos. You can't use Trevor Lawrence, Etienne, Myers, or Hines Allen, okay? X factor is a guy that will be maybe more important than typical or excels because of a particularly good matchup or is in a critical spot, whatever the case may be. You can explain your selection, and you can pick anybody except those four. No T-Law, no Etienne, no Myers, no Hines Allen. You can stream the show today on YouTube, on X, on Facebook. You can also call in at 641-1010, and the same number works for the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, or hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at ESPN Duraco, and at 1010XL Denmark.
There was a time where I had a narrow esophagus.
There was a time. Their tales were told about that time along the way as well. All right, we are ready to roll. We're going to hear from Liam Cohen. We're going to hear from Trevor Lawrence. We'd love to hear from you today as well. Talking Jaguar ball as they get ready for the Denver Bronco matchup, who, by the way, Tony, have won 11 in a row at this point,
Allegedly.
the longest streak in the National Football League. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Another beautiful day for Dandy. Every day is a beautiful day for Dandy, whether it's frigid cold outside and you need something to warm you up. Maybe it's hot, you just want to get in to the air conditioning of a Daly's place. Head to the Fresh Case and look for one of those cool options. They've got protein packs, veggie trays, fruit cups, some light snack fare for on the go if you're driving around Duval and you're getting hungry. Dandy's got a wide range of options for you. Full breakfast menu. Been telling you about their twin pack cinnamon swirl and country sausage. Absolutely delicious, but maybe you want to try their French toast. Maybe you want a classic sandwich or sub from Dandy, like roast beef or tuna salad, or you name it. They've got a little something for everybody at the locations I go to. Usually over 30 to 40 varieties of Dandy options for you to choose from. When you want food on the go in Duval County, quick, convenient, high quality, Dandy's the name to know. So do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. When the outcome on the field is decided, it's time to talk about it. With hacker Leon and coach Gerald England, it's the window world of Northeast Florida fifth quarter, flavored by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Apex Roofing and Contracting.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
Jaguars Today Thursday is brought to you by
Cannons of Jacksonville.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah & Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Jacksonville.
Start your Saturday with a whiff of the great outdoors.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Loggeman, and we bring you the fresh air of the great outdoors.
On the Nimnit Outdoors Show, presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet, where there's chances galore to put a little extra winnings under the tree this holiday season. Santa's checked his list twice, and you're on the Hard Rock Bet Nice list. Sign up now. Bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you'll win $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings stuffed in your stocking. Now that's holiday magic. It's all on the Hard Rock Bet app. Download it now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, folks were smiling thanks to more of their own money in their accounts. Hello, it's Congressman Aaron Bean. This year, we delivered the largest tax cut in history, the Working Families Tax Cut. It will help you keep more of what you earn, strengthen Medicaid, and protect the financial strength of Northeast Florida's families, businesses, and seniors during the holidays. And as always, serving you is what we do. Visit bean.house.gov. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Gated communities, homeowners associations, secure corporate centers. When you need a full-line fence company capable of any size job, you need to think about Duval Fence. They've got the latest and greatest in gate operators and access control systems. Security is huge these days, and you want a gate that operates smoothly, around the clock, every time you hit the button. Count on a company that's been serving Duval and the First Coast for decades. That's Duval Fence. For the latest in gate operators, commercial or residential, check out Duval Fence.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
All right, D-Rock in the house says we're talking Jaguar ball with you. About to hear from Liam Cohen as he spoke at the podium yesterday, getting ready for the Denver Broncos. D-Rock, what can you tell us about Josh Hines-Allen's absence from practice yesterday?
It is due to an illness, and the expectation is he will be fine by the end of the week, or at least ready to play by the end of the week. So nothing to worry about there.
So he was listed with a shoulder as well, but this was illness.
Yeah, the reason he wasn't there was the illness. They sent him home. He showed up sick, and they said, you need to go away so that thing does not run rampant through our locker room at the most critical point in the season, which is smart.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around yesterday. A lot of did not practice illness happening this time of year.
Someone said on Twitter there's like the flu going around in Jacksonville. I'm like, of course there is. It's December. It is what it is, but I don't know.
I never had the flu in my life.
Ever?
Never. Never had the flu shot. Never had the flu. Never.
Well, way to jinx yourself now.
No, I'm telling you, I've never had the flu. Never going to have the flu. Just not going to have it.
Have you been sick and not gone to the doctor?
Have I been sick and not gone to not to anything that would be more than just like a little sniffly, like a runny nose or something. I mean, trust me.
Yeah.
It my whole life, you get a cold every once in a while. But no, I've never been like sick in bed, whatever, Usually if I've ever called out of work, it's been usually like a food poisoning thing. Yeah. That's what gets me more than just an illness. So I don't know what to tell you.
I think I've only missed
flu shot's a fraud. No, I'm kidding.
Other than like when I was sick with COVID
maybe it is.
and had to stay away from work, and missed missed a Jags road game. The only time that I ever had to call out was when they thought I had mono, and they were like waiting on the test results. And this was way back when I was, I think it was like 95 or 96, working at the Times Union in high schools and colleges. So that's the only time I've ever called out.
And what did you have?
Just
the creeping crud?
Yeah, they were just like, no, they were like, you don't have mono.
Is that a real thing, by the way? My mom used to talk about the creeping crud. You ever hear of that? That?
I've heard that term before, but I've never heard what that is.
Is that like an official term, or is that just like an old certain era?
In the medical literature, yes.
It might be. Creeping crud. We'll get to that. Creeping crust peach cobbler. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for.
Sounds good, though.
That is not what I'm looking for right there. Creeping crud is slang for a persistent, mild, and vague illness, like a cough or the flu. So there you go. You get the creeping crud. I think it was just like a thing that a certain generation said.
Sounds like it.
My mom was in that generation or of
We're
that
Gen
generation.
Xers anyway. We survived a heck of a lot worse than the crud.
Oh, yeah. We're a meme now, right?
Yeah.
We used to ride our bikes until it was dark outside. Then we go for another 2 hours till Mom yelled out the window.
And you drank water out the spigot.
And we drank water out the hose. That is like our biggest claim to fame. Drinking water out the hose will make you strong now. But it'll either kill you or it'll make you never have the flu again.
What did I ask you guys earlier? I was like,
know.
oh, hey, what happens if you microwave a cup that says "Do not microwave"?
Oh,
and then I was like, I was thinking, what are you worried about? Like, you drank from the hose from like random people's houses.
Oh, you mean you thought something molecularly might have broken down in the cup,
I don't know,
or what?
I don't know.
I assume it would melt. Is what the answer would be. All right, we'll leave it in there long enough.
We'll see what happens. But we used to drink from the hose of random people's houses, not like just yours.
Need some water? Here.
Yeah, you just found a hose and turned it on.
This is water full of mercury and lead.
Right.
Enjoy.
And
we did.
We're fine.
We loved it. Okay.
As long as you let in the summer in Florida, you let the first minute or so of the water go out because it was hot.
It's like people sip wine and they're like, "This is." You'd be like, "This is." This tastes like
is
this tin I taste?
Castleberry vintage 1984
tin with a little bit of mud and silt. Yes, perfect.
But it's wet.
And it's delicious. All right, let's get to Liam Cohen. Wonderful transition.
I was gonna say, segue that, big boy.
I couldn't. I got nothing for you, Liam. Sorry about that. But this is one of the biggest things the Jags need to be concerned with. The Jags at times have had outstanding offensive line play, but Denver prides itself on its pass rush, and Liam Cohen was asked to weigh in on just how good that unit is.
Yeah, very talented group. Multiple, both guys on the edge can go. Both guys, Cooper and Benito. Benito does a great job jumping the snap count, hearing the snap count. You can tell he studies it. Obviously a benefit for them being at home for that standpoint, and he's got a quick get off. Inside, Allen does a great job rushing at the 3 technique or at the guard position, and I've had a lot of respect for him for a long time. He's a Northeast dude that went to BC, got a lot of respect for him, and schematically they do a nice job of not rushing 4 all that much. It's usually 5-man rush, which you got a lot of one-on-ones out there, and great opportunities for our guys to continue to take steps in the right direction and take it personally to protect the quarterback, especially in a hostile environment.
Liam trying to lay the groundwork there, just subtly maybe. Yeah, he really jumps the snap count. Yeah, you must study the film, but, at home, you're going to get that. Like, he's almost like saying, hey, refs, watch it. All right, because we're going to be watching it. Don't let him get away with that. But they do, Tony, come at you from a lot of different angles.
They do. A bunch of different guys come. They're obviously willing to bring the blitz a lot there in Denver, and it's why they've had the success hitting the opposing quarterback that they've had. And as Coach Cohen talked about yesterday, it's difficult to get ready for a group like the Broncos because you just never know exactly where it's going to be coming from.
You try to prepare for chips and relief for one guy or so. It's hard to do it at both the ends and inside. It's just hard to go helping, especially where they do so much 5-man rush that by alignment alone makes it difficult and challenging to find where you're going to go and try to provide a little relief and help for. So they do it both with their personnel and they have good scheme. I mean, Vance Joseph's one of the best out there right now, and got a lot of respect for the way that they've put their players in the best positions to be successful, and winning one-on-one matchups is what this league's all about.
All right, well, D-Rock, some of those one-on-one matchups will be handled by whomever is playing left tackle for this team. Yeah. And I found out after Friday that they had told Walker Little that he was going to start this game, and that maybe a quick hook, if you're not playing well, Cole Van Lennon's ready to go. And then he wasn't active at all. What do we
headache?
Is that what it was? He had some concussion-related symptoms?
Yeah, and I mean, they weren't sure if it was concussion-related, but if you have the headache coming out of
the protocol?
Yeah, I mean, then they got to shut it down. So.
Okay, so out of an abundance of caution, and I'm not saying that's the wrong thing, so Walker Little didn't play. It makes sense, right? We don't want him to jeopardize his long-term health. So let's say his head is fine. He's completely clear. Cole Van Lannon had another really good game this week. Trevor Lawrence didn't get sacked. Has anything changed? Is Walker Little still going to return to the starting lineup?
I don't know. I don't think so now.
Because you did think he would return.
I did,
last
and
week.
he was going to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Van Lannon has played so well. I would be a little surprised if Walker was the starter.
Could you make the argument if you're Liam Cohen and go, all right, we're going to play Van Lanen because we want to ease Walker back, right? And then if he plays great, you say, well, if he plays great against Denver, like, come on, that
right?
Right.
He'll draw Benito a bunch.
You would think, right? But if he struggles, then you've got an automatic, oh, okay, well, we're going to go back to Walker now.
Right.
We didn't want to throw him right back in because if you throw Walker in and he struggles, then it's like you're going to have to make that switch and you're never going to be able to go back the other way.
Sort of like what the Dolphins did with Tua. You can't go back ever to Tua.
Right. Like, now,
right. Same, it's not
obviously,
like
if Van Lanen got hurt, Walker would be right back in the starting lineup, and that would be
but
right. It's not the same thing.
But not performance.
It's not like where Tua went from being the starter to being the emergency third quarterback. In other words, we're never going to play you again.
Ever.
Right. You're just not going to play. That's it.
And that actually may end up being what happens with Van Lanen and Walker Little. Like we never see Walker Little again.
Maybe we don't. We don't know. But
Right.
at this point, if you're thinking if they're both active, that Cole Van Lanen will get the start.
That would be my guess at this point. I would kind of, like I said, I would be a little surprised if it wasn't Van Lanen, just because he's played so well.
I got you. Yeah, no, I'm not arguing against it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your perspective being around the team as much as you are. All right, this one from Liam Cohen yesterday on a guy who I've already seen nominated as an X-Factor player for this week, and that is LaQuint Allen. Of course, with no Bajal Tutin, LaQuint Allen steps up in the pecking order here, and Liam Cohen talked about what we should expect from him.
Yeah, I trust LaQuint too. We've obviously trusted LaQuint for a long time since he's got here to help us, whether it was in pass protection, special teams, and then when he's gotten carries, he runs violently and is taking care of the football. So excited about that and fully just, anticipate him stepping into that role and being able to execute for us.
Everything LaQuint does, he does violently.
He really does.
Mean.
I mean, he absolutely leveled that defensive end with the chip in the ribs. I don't know if that guy, has gotten up yet.
I mean, he was in pain.
Yes.
It wasn't just like, oops, embarrassing.
And not dirty, by the way.
No.
No, that's what you're supposed to do. Don't lift that arm
Head
and
on a
expose
swivel.
those ribs.
When
That
Allen's
is
on
not
the field.
good. Not good. Don't do that. It will
No
hurt.
doubt. One more here from Coach Cohen. Trayvon Walker has dealt with a couple injuries this year. We know we had to play with the cast on the hand. They're on that wrist that he's working through. He also had the knee that he was working through a couple of weeks ago. So Trayvon's been trying to kind of come back for the last month and a half, right? That's kind of been the trajectory for Trayvon Walker. Where's he at now post a couple of injuries for Trayvon Walker?
Tough dude that wanted to play football, right? And it was hard for him not being out, continue to get him going and to get him more and more reps and comfortable being back out there. So made a huge play for us on the fourth down stop over the last few weeks and, hopefully continues to ascend.
Yeah, hopefully so. All right. And look, the Jags have been very fortunate, even though they've lost Travis Hunter. They've had some injuries. Most of the guys who've gotten hurt have the chance to come back and strengthen this team down the stretch or continue to get healthier as we head towards the postseason here, hopefully, for the Jaguars, who are all but assured to be playing in the playoffs. All right, we'll come back with some Trevor Lawrence thoughts yesterday at the podium, coming off the best game of his career, and where does he go from here against very tough Denver Bronco defense? We'll discuss that moving forward. Today's question of the day, asking you, outside of Lawrence, Etienne, Jacoby Myers, and Josh Hines Allen, and look how quickly Jacoby has joined that group, right? Take those guys off the board. Who is the biggest X factor in the matchup with the Broncos this weekend? We'll discuss that as the show goes along as well. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Ho, ho, ho! When I need gifts for special people, I go to Tobacco Cove at 3849 Bay Meadows Road. They have everything you need to make Christmas as special as they are. Find the finest in limited cigars, pipes and pipe tobacco, and the accessories that make life easier like humidors, cutters, and lighters. And don't forget Lampe Bergère fragrance lamps. So, take my advice and go to Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road, and make this Christmas one they'll remember.
You're locked into Jaguars Today Thursday with Cannons of Jacksonville.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Advanced window tinting for your home, business, or vehicle using 3M Sun Control window film lowers cost, heat, glare, privacy, and security. 10% off if you mention this. Holiday gift cards available. Advanced window tinting, 262-9919.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Spring will be here before we know it. So give them a call today and upgrade that area that needs it the most. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. It's a Mike DeRocco Thursday on Jaguars Today. Opened by Lee and Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
All right, D-Rock in the house with us here on this Thursday Breakfast Bowl next hour. By the way, congrats to everybody who advanced in the Jaguars Today fantasy leagues in the playoffs. Team Watermelon, you alive in anything, Claudaddy?
I lost by 3, I think, to Johnny O in the only league I made the playoffs in. So
wasn't Johnny O because he had a bye.
Somebody else.
I
got lost.
Somebody
so
else named John O.
Yeah.
Somebody else named John. All right. I thought you had a decent year, but no, only made.
Yeah, I was like 9. I had a good season, but you know how it is, playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs.
Team,
they'll come bite you.
Mm-hmm.
D-Rock missed the playoffs, I believe.
Oh, I got my butt handed to me this year. Not a good year.
Did you?
Not a good year. I think it's the first time I've missed the playoffs in that league in a while.
Yeah, you've been pretty good. Ozier somehow is like top seed 2 years in a row in the league he's in.
Good for
We
him.
have 3 of them, but anyway. So if you're still alive, congratulations. Maybe we'll highlight the matchups next week for the folks who have survived that whole way. Dylan bought us breakfast today because he's terrible at fantasy football, which is nice for us. Let's get to Trevor Lord's thoughts on a big game versus Denver.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big game. I feel like last week was a big game. Colts was a big game. And this one's no different. I mean, it's a big game for us. And at this point in the season with where we're at, when you've put yourself in position like we have, and like obviously like the Broncos have, and like a bunch of teams in the AFC have, every game is huge at the end of the year, which is where you want to be. So I think there's no secret about how important it is, but it's still just it's a game, and you got to prepare the same way. You can't put too much pressure on it. You just got to go out there and play.
I hear a little bit of, at least I interpret it, it's a big game because we're in it, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a big game. Yeah, but so was last week, even though I don't know if you remembered it was the Jets.
They're also, like, adopting the Baselli. It's the biggest game in franchise history because it's the next.
There's some of that, right? But they know that this is a big one. And I give them credit for taking care of business last week and having a focus and not playing like they were thinking about bigger things to come.
I think we've talked about it before. When they get to the point when they beat the teams they're supposed to beat and they take it as seriously as they did last, I think it was evident from that first drive that they were not looking ahead and they were not taking the Jets not seriously. So when they get to the point where they're consistently beating the teams they're supposed to beat, and it doesn't have to be by 28, then that's, to me, the biggest sign that things have turned. And the second half of the season, they're beating the teams they're supposed to be, convincingly handling business and moving on. So that, to me, is a really good sign.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, we'll see. We got 3 more weeks in the regular season, then whatever the playoffs are going to show us about this 2025 version of the Jags. Look, we know road trips in the NFL are hard pretty much anywhere you go. There are a few that are more difficult than Denver with all the complications of not only the crowd that they have, it's going to be loud, obviously the mile high, like all of it. It's a difficult place to play on the road, but the noise obviously is going to be some kind of factor in this game you would expect. Trevor Lawrence was asked about playing on the road in an atmosphere like Denver.
Yeah, it's, obviously it seems like we played a lot of road games. We just had 2 back-to-back at home, but just part of the operation that you get used to dealing with, especially this point in the year. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a great environment there. Just got to communicate clearly, and obviously we're going to be on the silent, and we got to manage that and get in and out of the huddle so we have time to operate and communicate. But yeah, I got no doubt it's going to be loud, so we're going to have to be really, really on point with our communication and nonverbal communication, make sure we're on the same page.
Seems like we play a lot of road games. Wait until 2027 there, William Trevor Lawrence. All right. But
those are home games, Mike.
Yeah, right. Just like London is. Yes, exactly.
Yes. On the schedule, it says
and
H.
Another continent, which we know is...
Hey, continent.
We can tie it all together from our pregame conversation.
Very nice.
Thank you. All right. Trevor, does he feel like the offense is just in sync right now?
I mean, I feel like I'm seeing it really well. I think I'm throwing it well. Just offensively in general, it's not just it's never about just one guy. I think just as an offense, we're really synced up right now, especially in the passing game and protecting up front. I mean, you can't do anything without that. And those guys have done an awesome job, and guys are making a ton of plays down the field. We all have a lot of confidence in what we're doing. It just seems like we got the ball rolling the last few weeks. So it feels good. Yeah, I don't know how to answer your question about compared to other stretches of my career. I mean, it just feels like I'm seeing it well. Feels like it's coming out good. Like I said, guys are making plays. We're trusting each other, and it's been fun. So we just got to keep it rolling.
We heard Coach Cohen a few minutes ago talking about the test this Denver Broncos defense presents. Obviously, the pass rush is real there for the Denver Broncos. Trevor Lawrence yesterday was also asked about this Denver defense.
Yeah, they're really, really good. I mean, obviously the numbers are historic in the way they're playing and flying around. And it's not just the group up front; it's the whole defense, every level. I mean, they're well coached. They're flying around. They're making plays. They're physical. They're really good in the back end. Obviously, they're great at rushing the passer. It just works really well together. The defense is playing really well. It's going to be a challenge for us, so we'll have to have a great week of practice and a good plan going in for a really good defense.
I will say this. The Texans defense gives up fewer yards. You played them twice. The number 2 defense in the league is the LA Chargers. You handled them quite well. You played Seattle. And granted, it didn't go ideally in that one, but they are also ranked ahead of Denver, who is 5th overall in the league. Cleveland, the other one in the top 4 that you didn't match up with. So it's not like this is should be a shock to the system for the Jaguars. They've seen good defenses this year at times.
And they've dealt with good pass rushers this year too. Mm-hmm. And look, it's the game that everyone's talking about, the lack of respect and the national media not giving this team any chance and blah, all that stuff. Well, this is the game that if they win, then that all turns around, and now everybody's forced to take this team seriously.
From all but Richard Sherman, will not, who declared, as he proudly announced how he doesn't watch the Jaguars. Right? He said because we don't have them on the Thursday night schedule. They're basically irrelevant to me. And somebody said, what kind of analyst isn't watching a first-place team this time of year? He replied, one that doesn't need to speak about that team. They aren't on our schedule. They aren't the target audience of my podcast. NFL fans, I don't know. All right. If they win a playoff game, that will give me reason to watch their tape. So I'm not even going to prepare to talk about them heading into the postseason. But if they win a game, maybe I'll get around to it. Somebody replied to him, 10-4 team versus Broncos next week, not a marquee matchup. He replied, the fans have pushed me to dislike them. Really have no care either way about most teams. When fans are obnoxious, that changes things.
Wait.
Look in the mirror there, Richard. All
Jaguar
right?
fans can be obnoxious
Yes, they
on
can.
social media?
And they meet your energy.
Oh, they do.
Richard
They
Sherman
do.
is obnoxious in his arrogance, and that's fine. You
don't want to cross Jaguars Twitter. You just
You really don't.
It's going to be a bad day for you.
And then,
do it.
or you could go sit in the corner and pout and be Richard Sherman. And I get it, Richard Sherman, much more accomplished than I am. But when it comes to knowing anything about this football team, I would take that with the whole bag of salt. So, all right, we'll come back more from Trevor Lawrence coming up on the other side. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark here with you. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for big #1 Duval Ford. Truck time there at Duval Ford. Check out Duval Ford's huge selection of brand new F-150s. It is America's best-selling truck now for over 40 years, and right now you can drive home an F-150 with an incredible 0% financing for 60 months, 5 years, plus no payments for 90 days. That's right, zero interest, no payments until 2026. Your new F-150 is waiting at big #1 Duval Ford, so visit DuvalFord.com or stop by the Duval Ford showroom at 1616 Cassett Avenue today.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Get the goods on Gainesville 24/7. Search 1010XL Gators on YouTube.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman and lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop specials. Order a 15-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off at 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Jaguars Today Thursday is hitched to Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
New Year's Eve sale prices are happening now at Superior Fireworks in Orange Park. Locally owned superstore with something for everyone at any budget. Stop in today for early savings or online at superiorfireworks.com.
Get more Gators with Dan Hickett and me, Frank Frangie, on all things Gators on 1010XL Gators Podcast, with new episodes every Monday, brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, wherever you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass. They say you're going to see a big difference, but what does that really mean? It means a live local person on the phone, a smooth, easy process, skilled craftsmen, and excellent customer service all around, with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
What Major League Baseball player was once walked intentionally with the bases loaded?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowners policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Barry Bonds, who has the most career walks, was once walked intentionally with the bases loaded. Better one-run scoring than a whole lot more.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it work. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
All right, got to take a little detour to the text line here quickly.
Oh, boy.
Somebody weighs in after our conversation in the last segment. Dempsey dropping continents. Well done. How many are there? First of all, well done with that. I know the word continents. I'm not sure, like, how to take it. But, all right, so whatever. So I don't see it. Dylan replies 13. All right, so he thinks he's talking to me. And then he replies, I believe there are 7. Lord. What do you mean you believe there are 7? Don't be coming in here trying to flex on the continents if you're not sure how many continents there are. Dylan, name the continents, please.
Africa, Asia, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia, and I said Asia, Europe.
Europe, very well.
There we go.
Is
Europe a continent?
Yes. Well, the
Inside
reason
joke.
it was inside is because we were watching some videos, some podcasts, where they asked some young 20-somethings, name a continent. And I'm like, how bad is the educational system in America? You can't name a continent?
We got Canada out of that.
She got Canada,
Alaska,
Mexico, Austria, Alaska were mentioned. And then somebody said, it starts with an E, and they said Europe, like off camera. She goes, Europe's a continent? Are you kidding? Now, let's be fair. I don't know if you were playing a moment ago. Were you playing? He goes, I said, name the continents. He goes, North America, South America, Asia. He goes, Africa's a country. So I think he was playing. But yes, there are 7.
I don't even know how to spell continent, so we can start there.
I might not either, but it doesn't really matter.
Your telephono.
Yeah, your telephono could.
Gosh,
my telephono could Google translate English to Spanish.
Another one of these I saw yesterday. When was America founded?
1984.
1890 that they came up with. 1890 they thought America was founded. How is this
What
possible?
a random how would that even get in your head?
Were we the only generation?
Yes.
You were taught this, weren't you, Denmark?
What?
You know what the continents are. You must have been taught it at some point.
Yeah.
When did they stop teaching?
Well, I don't know. But if you think it's bad now, just keep on living.
I'm not sure if I need to, man.
Why do you need to retain any information when you can just
have the
consult
internet.
your phone?
Yeah.
I get that. You have but do you not want to have a conversation with somebody ever about anything?
Not if they're not my phone.
Apparently not, which I left at home today. So now I'm very freaking out.
I could not function if I had left my phone at home. No.
But you can tell me what the continents are.
Probably, yes.
Right? He just named them all.
I wasn't listening.
All right. Let's move on. So anyway, I didn't think it was that big a deal to use the word continents. But maybe he thought I said continents, which is possible. I'm getting old.
Maybe he thought you said consonants.
Maybe he did.
Name the consonants, Dylan.
Dylan, name the consonants. Go. He said it started with A. He started with A.
I-O-U.
Boy, those are vowels.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Wheel
I'll
of
see
Fortune?
y'all next week. I'm heading to the stadium right now.
Name the quarterback.
Lost it.
Who's the quarterback? Trevor Lawrence. He was asked yesterday. Are we ready for another great segue? Put the brakes onto this and screech back over. The communication that's going on between he and Liam Cohen and how that's impacting this offense.
I think there's a lot of things, that make him unique in his personality, and like part of the thing, that's one of the things that's great about him is he does communicate really well, very intentional with how he talks to, the staff, the players, all of us as a team. You can tell it's very directed. Like he knows what he wants to say and the message he wants to get across, and there's no gray area. He's very black and white, very clear. And I think that's really important, obviously, for a leader and a head coach. And then I've talked about just the way he expresses himself and the passion and just you can feel it coming from him. And I think that's something that guys have really latched on to that makes guys want to follow him because you can just see it.
Yeah, whoever was cutting it, they couldn't cut the grunt. That answer for Trevor. I think it kind of caught us all off guard a little bit.
Whoa.
But sticking with the coaching staff, offensive coordinator Grant Udinski is not a name that we talk about a bunch.
No,
right?
we don't.
He'll be talking to the media today. But the offensive coordinator Udinski has also helped Trevor Lawrence as they are both trying to get everybody up to speed in what they want out of this offense.
He's helped me a lot. I mean, he's really unique. I've never really met anyone like him. The way he approaches just the preparation process, the attention to detail, just the game planning in general, the things that he thinks about, the conversations that we have throughout the whole week. I mean, it's a very, very detailed process, and it seems like, we don't leave. There's no stones that are left unturned. And his approach with us in the QB room, and obviously Spence as well as a QB coach, we're all kind of doing it together, and the rest of the guys in there. So there's a lot of hands in there that are helping making it go. But obviously Grant is one of the big factors, and he oversees it, and he's done a great job. Really, just from our conversations back in the spring, and his just knowledge of the system and understanding the run game, the pass game, and clearly communicating it to me so I could learn it quickly, when we're installing the system. But then now from a game plan, there's so many specific things that you're looking for when you're planning against the defense. And he's helped me a lot, see things quicker, pick up on different tendencies a defense might have. And, he's been awesome for me.
D-Rock, we've been hearing a lot in the last couple weeks as there's coaching changes that have happened and some on the horizon. Who are going to be the pool of candidates who might at least get interviews? Who would surprise you least to get an interview out of Udinski and Campanile?
Campanile.
That'd surprise you the least. You
Yeah.
think he'd be the first one to get one?
I do.
If somebody were to get
right.
one.
I mean,
no guarantee either one.
Right,
of
and
these
Udinski
interviews.
is drawing interest for sure.
People feel like he's associated with this offense, which is kind of like the in vogue thing in the NFL,
Yes.
right? And that even if he's not calling the plays, he is immersed in understanding the concepts and putting a game
He's a
plan
sharp
together.
guy.
Right,
Sharp
and he's
guy.
young, and you could have your next Sean McVay type,
Yep.
with the air quotes.
Kevin O'Connell,
whomever,
Liam
Cohen.
your next,
Right,
yeah,
exactly. But he's he's 30. He's really young.
Yes.
So
I don't think he can vote yet. I wonder, but I bet he knows
I
the
was
continents.
just gonna say, I bet he knows the continents.
I'm
Yes.
gonna text someone to ask him that at the thingy right now.
Ask Grant Udinski to name the continents, please. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna lose either one. But you never know. You get in that interview process, and Gus Bradley, kind of like he wasn't a nationally known guy, and then he blew away the Eagles and in the Jaguars in the same cycle, and next thing you know, he was the guy. You know. So I'm not putting
and Udinski will be,
at some point.
He will be amazingly impressive in an interview with just the times we've spoken to him and stuff like that. He will be. I'm not saying Campanile won't. I'm sure he will too. But I just know his personality and the way he is, he'll be phenomenally impressive in an interview.
Now, teams can block lateral moves, right?
Correct.
But if a lateral move comes with play calling responsibilities, does that matter? Like,
well, then what no. I mean, yes, I believe. I'm sorry, yes. It does matter.
So
could they put like a title on him?
Yeah, because he could be like offensive coordinator / assistant head coach, and that's kind of the way around it too, a little bit.
Yeah, that's a weird. I mean, that's a weird flex. Assistant head coach is basically a meaningless title.
It's probably a little bit more money, and
maybe so, right?
Yeah.
But you could pay your coordinator whatever you want to pay your coordinator as
Correct.
well. Anyway, I see the list pop up now, and the first one I clicked on was like a 30-name list, and it wasn't like these guys were super high. I think Campanile is 18th on there, and Udinsky's somewhere in the late 20s or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's probably a year away for those guys to be sort of in the top 10, maybe.
And we know how quickly this can turn now, too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
It can go in a hurry. Like there were, I'm sure, at some point last year, we better enjoy Ryan Nielsen while we have him.
I don't think anybody said that last year.
In the offseason, I felt like there was a feeling like this guy was going to be a rising star, one of the next guys on the scene.
Maybe outside the building there was. But
No, not even once at any point when they hired him, they thought they made a mistake right away.
I don't know if it was right away, but.
From day one, it was attack, aggressive, attack, aggressive, attack!
See? That seems to be
what
head
the
coach
hell was
material.
that?
I don't
Where
know.
did that even
That
come
was from someone who was in the Falcons. I think one of the other coaches said that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of the Falcons, see Kirk Cousins' little dissertation on breaking down NFL defenses?
I have not. I have not sat down and watched it. It's like, what, 5-6 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes
Okay.
long. Ian Rappaport tweeted it out. Said something like, Kirk Cousins takes you to school, right?
Yeah,
and he
somebody
talked
sent me
about the
that,
difference between single high safety versus split safety, and that basically for a long time, NFL offenses, quarterbacks were told to look for the single high safety. That's the side you're going to attack. And instead of 5 reads with 5 eligibles, you had basically 2. You'd go outside the hash, you'd come inside the hash, and then you'd check down to the back. You never got to the backside because that was predetermined prior to the snap. But then he said, and we even did that in college. I did that at Michigan State. I did that in the NFL. And then it started to switch because NFL defenses got too good at disguising what their intentions were with their safeties. So now it's going to a pure progression offense. And like Kevin O'Connell is going, no, you got to get through 1 through 5. And he's like, 1 through 5? Like, how am I going to get to the backside dig? Like, you don't have time. He goes, with the way the edge rushers are now. So he goes, you almost have to immediately just wipe that one out. Like, you have to instantly see and just forget it and move on. It was really, but the way he explained it, like, if Kirk Cousins wants to be an NFL game broadcaster, holy smokes, why listen to him? Like, he was very impressive. Now, there are probably a lot of quarterbacks that could talk like that, but he was talking X's and O's above a level that I'm comfortable with, and I understood it because he explained it so well. It's worth seeking out.
And it makes sense that it used to be a little bit more simpler because, especially at the collegiate level, because you don't know the processing ability. Most college quarterbacks are not processing at the speed that you expect out of NFL
immediately you're cutting
quarterbacks.
half the field
right,
out.
so it makes an easier read. Boom, boom, dump it, and you're ready to go.
All right, let's come back and name some X factors, guys that we see potentially being X factors for this game versus the Denver Broncos. That's our Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. If you'd like to weigh in on that, this is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Real fans know there's more to a championship team than offense and defense.
Plus the kicker, honestly, is like one of the most important guys on the team.
Each week, Superior Plumbing spotlights the special teams player of the game on 1010XL.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville Trust. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville.
It's December. You need cash. You also need a new Kia Fast. At Kia on Atlantic, you can get both. Because year-end cash bash. And during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event, make no payments for up to 6 months. Or take advantage of 0% APR. Hurry and get to the year-end cash bash. Online at KeonAtlantic.com. Keon Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
The holidays are happening. Whether you're ready or not, 1010XL's Holiday Gift Guide is here to help. Loaded with great gift ideas from Beaches Dermatology, Wicca Candle Bar, and Beards Diamonds. Start shopping and saving at 1010XL.com.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This holiday season, if you'd like to give the gift of wellness, get a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. With the purchase of a $75 gift card or more, guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes the perfect gift for everyone. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,800 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design get us organized for the holidays. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and so much more, Closets by Design will design a custom storage solution for all of your spaces. Nothing says happy holidays like a home that is peaceful and clutter-free. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before year-end and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
This holiday season, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers is a classy move no matter who it's for. This is Dylan Denmark. Kuhn Flowers is the most respected name in the floral business. Find out why when you go to kuhnflowers.com and order an arrangement today.
This football season, make Hurricane Grill and Wings your game day getaway. Sip on handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita or enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day drink specials are here all season. Find a location near you at hurricanewings.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. While we've earned the reputation as North Florida and South Georgia's preeminent official Rolex jeweler, it's important to point out that at Underwoods we carry other watches too. We start with Seiko, the most reliable, serviceable watch made for under $500. And they've started making jeweled, self-winding watches again and sports watches you'd have to see to believe. Next, we have Tavan, the Swiss-made ladies and men's and dress and sport watches, and they start at $575. Another name we carry is Tudor, inspired by Rolex with the same founder and owner, the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation. And their sport watches and chronographs are the rage in Swiss timekeeping, with new in-house watch movements and exciting new model introductions every year. So if you're interested in watches, we have what you want at Underwoods, and all of our watches carry a 5-year warranty. At Underwoods, in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Football season is all about the big moments. How about some killer wings and cold ones to go along with it? Check out Hurricane Grill and Wings on St. Augustine Beach. Tons of TVs so you don't miss any of the action, but still that open-air atmosphere you crave. Hurricane Grill and Wings on A1A in St. Augustine.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Zero Res. The injury-riddled Orlando Magic take the road tonight, tipping off a challenging 4-game road trip against the Denver Nuggets tonight at 9 p.m. Orlando will look to end Denver's 5-game winning streak. However, they'll have to do it without stars Franz Wagner, who's nursing an ankle injury, and Jalen Suggs, who suffered a hip contusion against the New York Knicks in the NBA Cup. We will have that matchup for you beginning at 9:10 on 1010 a.m. Right now, 71 degrees at 11:06. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
All right, X Factors. That is today's question of the day. You can't use Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Jacoby Myers, or Josh Hines Allen. Any other player Or, you can go a little off the board. People are going with position groups and things like that. It's just a random social media question on a Thursday. It's not going to kill you to answer any way you like, which is fine. But why don't we get into our X Factors with today's 10-10 Take?
10-10
Take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 Take. Brightened up by First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
I think, I'll go first here. There are a bunch I could choose from, honestly. But I'm going to go with Cam Little being an X factor here. With his range, playing at altitude, his range is practically unlimited. And how aggressive is Liam Cohen going to be in utilizing him? If you are at the 50-yard line, that's a 68-yard field goal, which in Denver might be the equivalent of like a 61, 62, right? And with the new way they treat the K-balls, they're saying they've gained 5 yards basically on the average kick. So maybe that's more like a 57-yard field goal. Anybody bat an eye at Cam Little trying a 57-yard field goal at any point in the game? I wouldn't. So when do they employ him to try to get – because keep in mind, Denver has played 12 one-possession games this year. They're 10-2. In those games. It's going to be a close game. You're not going to run away from the Denver Broncos. Nobody has this year. And I think just getting points. Now, granted, much rather when you get in the red zone, you're getting touchdowns rather than field goals. It's just that range between the 35 and the other team's 45. Honestly, I don't know what it extends out to this week. When you're in Mile High, and if he's feeling good and the weather's supposed to be reasonable.
In the 50s, 5 to 10 mile an hour winds.
I think Cam Little is a big X factor for this game, potentially, depending on how he's utilized. So I'll go with him. There are a lot of other good ones. I'll leave them to you, Tony, to choose from one of them.
Yeah, it's hard to choose one.
It
like
is,
you said,
right? It really is.
I think, you could cheat and say offensive line, right? And I think that's pretty legit this week given what the Broncos have done. But it's trying to figure out where do I think the key is. Right along that offensive line, there are questions about who is playing left tackle this week, right? We don't know if it's going to be Van Lanner or it's going to wind up being Walker Little. I'd be tempted to pick somebody that's going to be playing on the inside that's going to have to deal with Allen directly, right, throughout the game. We were looking at some of the numbers yesterday. He's got 40 quarterback hits on the year, right? So this is a guy who is living in the opponent's backfield this season, right? It's not a big sack number, but he is at 6.5, something like that, but he's got 40 quarterback hits. So picking one of the offensive linemen, I think I would pick McCary.
Okay.
Because I do think when I look at the 5 along the starters right now that he's kind of the one that I hold in the least regard, right, going into this week. And I think they need all 5 of whoever it's going to be stars this week for the football team. And what I think is going to be the premium matchup on the day is what the Jaguars do against the Denver pass rush and defensive line. So I'd pick McCary as my guy if I'm picking one name.
Foreshadowing keys to victory tomorrow. D-Rock, who you got?
I'm going to go with Europe. Dylan?
Is that a continent, a country, or an ocean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Parker Washington.
I like that too.
For 2 reasons. The Surtain factor. One of those guys is going to get taken away, whether it's Jacoby or whether it's Brian Thomas Jr. I don't know that they'll put Surtain on that.
Who would you
person
rather
full-time.
Surtain cover? I'd rather him cover Brian Thomas Jr. personally.
I think that's who I would choose too.
If I'm the Jags.
Yeah.
Jacoby, more important on a down-in, down-out basis.
But one of those guys I think is going to be taken out of every play is the way I'm just going to operate. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on the other receivers. And Parker's going to have to be that guy. And he's been that guy all year. I mean, he's been a guy that Trevor has trusted all year, and that's a guy that punt return game could be, that's going to be a big factor there too. I think in a game that's going to be tight, any special teams play you make. So I can see him making 3 or 4 really critical catches, third down catches type of thing. And might be the difference between 17 points and 14
No,
points.
I think it's a good one. I really do. And I think for the same reason a lot of people are going with Brenton Strange. I think Brenton Strange is always a potential X factor.
Yeah, I would have said if I was considering Quentin Morris because he's really started playing well and he's moved into that number 2 tight end role and he's pretty good as a pass catcher. But I'm going to stick with Parker.
Yeah, you could go O-line. You can go whoever plays at left tackle in this game. I think a lot of the X factors, though, are on the offensive side, right? Because that's where Denver's strength is on their defense, and how are you going to counter what they do well, I think, is one of the biggest questions going into this game this week. All right, so we'll go through some of the X factors that you have nominated a little bit later on in the hour. Tony will take us around the league coming up as well. But coming up next, we've got Breakfast Bowl Week 16, only 3 weeks left in the torture chamber that is the Breakfast Bowl here on Jaguars Today. And we'll get to that next on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Injuries on the playing field can affect a team's place in the standings.
It's part of the game, though, rehab.
Listen for the Farah and Farah injury update.
Jacksonville, the official personal injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars on 1010XL.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Jaguars Today, Thursday.
Brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000 and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
They give their best physically and mentally.
Listen for the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Scholar Athlete of the Week, tuned up by
The Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Wednesday afternoons on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here for Big Chief Tire. Right now, you can get 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card and $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. It's a smart way to handle big vehicle needs like new tires, brakes, or repairs without the upfront cost. With no interest for 6 months, there's never been a better time to schedule. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband and wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
Need some extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach is always looking to buy guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and you know it, gold. Get cash today at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You?
Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. Invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Aaron Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beautiful people all across the world. Oh, let's get ready for the Breakfast Bowl Challenge!
Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
Well, last week, D-Rock was protected by his selections. He made some wise ones after a 3-week losing streak by breakfast. Tony, how'd it go down last week?
Last week, it was D-Rock, after having bought breakfast 3 weeks in a row, took down the week with 90.38. It was Dempsey second, 80.3. I was third, 77.04. And Dylan with his low score on the season, 46.1.
I haven't bought in a while, but I feel like I've been overcoming a slow start every week for like a month. Like I take a guy on Thursday night and he gets 6 or 8 points every week. So maybe I should avoid that. All right, so we draft in this order today. It's Dylan Denmark, Tony Smith, myself, and Mike DeRocco. We draft a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a flex, meaning it can be anything but a quarterback in that last spot. It is point per reception scoring for the nerds out there like us. And also, you can only use each player one time all year. Once a player is legitimately selected, then they cannot be used by anybody else. I say legitimately selected if somebody we realize took a player that somebody else, or that they had used already, they'd still be eligible to be selected by a team that hadn't used them. All that preamble out of the way. Denmark, who are you taking?
I'm going to take Arthur Jawan Brown, Eagles receiver.
I would have won a nickel. Betting that is exactly who would have taken. Had I bet a nickel on that one. All right, Tony, who you got?
I will go Kenneth Gainwell.
Gainwell, all right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So ketchup, and also I'd like Chris Olave. I will take Olave. What say you, D-Rock?
I'm going to go with Devon A. Chan.
Knew it.
We all always know it, don't we?
Always.
Right, like he's going to see 9 in the box with that Quinn Ewers offense going.
It's an all-out blitz.
Let's go. It's a blitz.
It's a blitz.
It's an all-out blitz.
And I'm going to go with...
Who's it going to be?
Whoever it is, I knew it.
Come on. I knew you would take that guy.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. All right. Let's go Drake London. Get back and cut into that target share. All right. Let us see here.
Kyle Pitts Jr.
A lot of ways to go here. I'm going to go with my flex, Mike Evans. Ooh.
I knew it.
I knew I would take him. Once I wrote his name in, I knew I would take him. Tony, Kenneth Gainwell, you want to double down on that backfield?
I do not.
Just to lock it up, make sure?
Joe
Burrow.
He sucks.
Okay.
Here we go.
Another shutout for the Bengals coming. What you got, Denmark?
I don't know.
I knew it.
Darren Waller. Tight end.
Didn't have Tua locking in on now.
Then, Bucky Irving.
I knew.
Just knew it.
That you would take a running back at some point. All right, Tony, you got Burrow, you got Gainwell.
That's what I always do when they never catch
Still the
me.
opportunity to double down on the Pittsburgh backfield. Here it is.
There is Nico Collins.
That's not. He doesn't play for Pittsburgh, Tone. I don't believe.
Shout out Nico.
All right, I got a couple of directions to go here, and I will go with, in this case, Mr. Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, brisket.
Brisket. No risk it, no brisket. Something like that.
Gator legend.
That's why I got him. Chris Olave wanted to go there. I'm sure. For the theme today. D-Rock, what you got? You got A-Chan, you got Pitts. Your team is the Pitts.
Yeah.
Would you like us to suggest players for you?
I want to go with DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf.
Good luck to him.
And then...
Oh, I wrote him in the flex spot.
Either way.
See, I knew that, Dempsey.
You knew I was going to do
I
that.
knew that.
That would make that
Dylan is feeling
secretarial
it
mistake.
Yeah.
My hands are so clammy right now.
He's on a heater.
Uh-huh.
He's going all in. Who you got?
Pick a person, any person.
Pick a man.
Quarterback or the flex
Let's go.
that Dempsey already wrote you in for.
Quarterback, flex, or
I'm gonna go
wide
with
receiver?
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams. All right, Jameson Williams. So I don't need to move DK Metcalf out of my list. I'm going to go.
I did that just for you.
I'm going to go
Who cares?
Mr. Colby Parkinson just to get my 8 points on Thursday night. Colby Parkinson at tight end.
We wish him well.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Sincerity. Tight end or a flex, Tony?
George Kittle.
Kittle.
Little Kittle.
Quarterback or a flex, Dylan?
Ooh. Travian Henderson will be my flex.
And your quarterback will be?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Going for that hookup.
You knew it.
Go for that hookup. It's all Saquon this week. It's all Saquon.
Nope.
Tony in the flex.
Bijan Robinson.
Bijan. I'm going with Quinshawn Judkins. And D-Rock is going to take a quarterback now.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. All right, here's what we got for Breakfast Bowl Week 16. Dylan's got Jalen Hurts, Bucky Irving, A.J. Brown, Darren Waller, Travian Henderson, Tony Rowland, Joe Burrow, Kenneth Gainwell, Nico Collins, George Kittle, Bijan Robinson. I've got Jacoby Brissett, Quinshawn Judkins, Chris Olave, Colby Parkinson, Mike Evans, and D-Rock going with Caleb Williams. Devon Achane, Jameson Williams, Kyle Pitts, and DK Metcalf. Kyle Pitts does not get to carry over those 45 points from last week. So
He'll only score 27 this week.
And what are we going to do?
Great question.
Got next 2 weeks.
You're right. No Thursdays next week. We'll figure it out. You know what? We don't need to subject the listening audience to any more than of the torture.
Than necessary.
Than necessary. All right, let's take a moment. Well, we've got a moment now. Before we hit our next break, Tony Smith will take us around the rest of the NFL.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Atlanta wide receiver Drake London was limited in practice as he tries to get back on the field for the first time in a month. Arizona wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. was listed as a limited participant for the Cardinals on Wednesday in a walkthrough practice as he tries to work through a heel injury that's kept him out for the last 2 weeks. Carolina wide receiver Teteroa McMillan did not practice on Wednesday. He was listed with foot and ankle injuries. Chicago wide receivers Roma Dunze and Luther Burden were both held out of practice yesterday. Dallas wide receiver CeeDee Lamb missed practice with an illness. Green Bay running back Josh Jacobs did not practice due to knee and ankle injuries that he has played through the last several weeks. We'll see if he's available again this week. Kansas City wide receiver Rashee Rice is in the league's concussion protocol after reporting symptoms to the team on Monday. And the Jets have announced that Brady Cook will start at quarterback for them again this week. They have already also ruled out tight end Mason Taylor for the week.
All right, thank you very much, Tony Smith. Someone on the text line in defiance of my statement that I've never had the flu. Dempsey's had the flu. He doesn't accept that that's the case. Okay, I'm glad you know my medical history. No, I'm sorry. I don't think it's that exceptional.
Yeah. The only time that I've ever known that I had the flu, I was going in for a regular yearly checkup with a doctor, and they left the room and they came back in and said, "Hey, you have the flu." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And they were like, and it's the worst type of flu. It was like type 1 or type 2. It's like, it's type 1, so you probably need to let your employer know that you need to be out for the next 3-4 days. I was like, oh, That's wonderful. Like, I wasn't even feeling bad when I went into the office.
Well, then, if that's the case, maybe I have it right now. You're right, and I don't know it.
Yeah.
Because I also feel wonderful.
Great.
Right now.
Awesome.
So, spreading it in your direction, D-Rock.
Stop looking at me.
And that's why they sent Josh Hines Allen home.
Coming right at you.
Yep.
All right. Well, that may be the case. All right. Let us come back and look at some of your nominations today for X Factors for the Jaguars going up against the Denver Broncos, and we'll weigh in on how important those selections and those players and units will be in this Sunday's game. You're listening to Jaguars Today, 641-1010. Get you on board on either the phone lines or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Saddle up your horses.
The Jaguars ride to the Rockies, ready to rope the Broncos at Mile High. Can the Jags break the Bronx? Saddle up and find out. It's Duval attitude versus Denver altitude.
This is the great adventure.
Jaguars, Broncos, Sunday at 1.
Saddle up your
On the home of the Jaguars.
Come on, get ready to ride.
1010XL. Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The good guys wanted no turbulence against their opponents, and they made sure there wouldn't be any on their opening drive. Trevor Lawrence led the team on a 9-play, 72-yard drive, capped off by a BTJ touchdown to give themselves a 7-0 lead with 10:18 left in the opening period. The 4-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
You're locked in to Jaguars Today, Thursday with
Cannons of Jacksonville.
Are you searching for a career in the HVAC industry? Florida Home AC is looking for an A-team. Full-time positions for qualified individuals to train for HVAC service technicians, install mechanics, and sales consultants. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and click on careers to find out more. We're talking great compensation, a 5-day work week, no downtime in the off-season, and a company-provided vehicle. Check it all out at FloridaHomeAC.com/career. That's FloridaHomeAC.com/career. Equal opportunity employer.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
Jeff Lagerman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at JacksNapaAutoCareGroup.com.
Ho, ho, ho! When I need gifts for special people, I go to Tobacco Cove at 3849 Bay Meadows Road. They have everything you need to make Christmas as special as they are. Find the finest in limited cigars, pipes and pipe tobacco, and the accessories that make life easier like humidors, cutters, and lighters. And don't forget Lampe Bergère fragrance lamps. So, take my advice and go to Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road, and make this Christmas one they'll remember.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus, straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now. by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosper here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Rebound Rehabilitation. 11 great locations across the First Coast, and they're just a click away when it comes to feeling strong and healthy again. If you need the best path to recovery, look no further than Rebound Rehab. Log on and check out one of their great 11 locations.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, Mike DeRocco here with us. D-Rock, before we get into some of the nominations for X Factor for this game that the listening audience have put in here, what's the story with Jack Kaiser? Let's start with him. He goes on IR yesterday.
Yeah, bad hamstring injury there. They downgraded him to out really, really quickly during the game when he got hurt. And, that's going to be a little bit.
Yeah.
That one can be a
how do you think they feel? Do you have any sense of how they feel about him at this point in the season, how he's played? He played very little on defense.
Yeah, I
this
think
year.
they expected to be able to play him a little bit more on defense. He's the future inside there for them. That's what they drafted him for that. But he's been more of a special teams guy. I don't think they're disappointed. I just think that they thought he might be able to contribute a little bit more defensively.
He's played a total of 43 snaps on defense.
It's not a lot
this year.
That is not a lot.
Not at all. But Jalen McLeod, who is the forgotten Jaguar draft pick because he went on IR and he wasn't like Caleb Bransall also went on IR, but he was a lot more high profile because he was the second one, the first one taken after Travis Hunter. Jalen McLeod had his practice window open up to potentially be activated.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that. I mean, this late in the year, I'm not expecting him to be a contributor.
Special teamer, maybe?
Maybe, but man, he hasn't done anything all year. I mean, he's been every practice he's working off to the side, and good for him to getting to the point where he can come back. I just don't know what he can give you.
Okay, but
at this point,
from maybe the Jags feel the same way. But you got 3 weeks left in the season. You open up a 3-week practice window. He gets to practice with the team.
Absolutely.
Right? So rather than have your draft pick go into next year with the bare minimum of nothing participation, maybe it's just as simple as that. Maybe they're like in the back of their head, yeah, we're probably not going to activate him barring a rash of injuries, but better to have him activated so he can get out there.
And maybe, if they're making a deep playoff run, they've got another option with him. If they need somebody. But I
mean, there's not a whole lot of depth in that linebacker
No,
core.
there's not. But I don't know that. I mean, they do like Vernell
Miller.
Vernell Brown. Why did I say Vernell Brown? We were talking
Similar
Florida
school
yesterday.
there,
Yeah, same school, correct. Ventrell Miller. A nice, easy interception last week. That was one of the worst throws I've ever seen.
Oh my
an
gosh.
NFL quarterback make.
Right? Like, I mean, just that what was he trying to throw it away, or
I think Mitchell, I think, was coming that way, was headed in that general direction. But I mean, he led him by, 4 car lengths.
He just floated into no man's land. Right. Ventrell was like, the biggest thing in that is like, please don't drop it. Please don't. Right.
Those are the ones you do drop.
No one's going to hit you. Nothing. It's so soft. It's like you have time to think about that.
So, yeah, I mean, Ventrell's played okay when he's been in defensively. So I know they like what he can give them off the bench. For
last week, Antonio Johnson played the most snaps out of their top 3 safeties, including Wingard and Murray. It was 49 snaps to 44 for Dewey, 42 for Murray.
They like that 3 safety rotation they've got going right there.
Is that about where we're going to live? With it, basically even. I mean,
pretty much.
You get into a blowout. It's
right. And don't forget, Murray was coming back too. been
Dewey
out
was
for a
coming
while.
back.
And Dewey was coming back too. So, but they've really kind of committed to that 3 safety rotation. I don't know that you would sit there and see one guy get the bulk of those snaps anymore. I think they're going to continue to do that. That's the impression I get.
I think it speaks to why earlier in the season they had the troubles they did with the Rams and the Seahawks. Like, those are teams that were more willing, given what was going on going into those weeks, Puka being hurt for the Rams specifically, they were more willing to run those kind of 6 offensive line, right, like force kind of the base defense for your opponent. And the Jags, what they want is to get a 3rd safety on the field, right? Like, that's where they're most comfortable defensively. So when they get in those kind of matchups, I don't know how exactly Denver is going to try to match up the Jags in that kind of way, but it does appear to me at least that the Jags are at their worst when they're in base, right? Like, when they're in whatever sub-package you want to put them in, that's when they're at their most comfortable by a mile, it would appear to me. I do wonder if Denver has that a part of how they want to attack the Jaguars this week.
And I think from the Jags' perspective, too, it's get your best guys on the field. And Antonio Johnson's played really, really well this year. What a flip the script it's been for him.
What a pick that was, man.
And we talk about Devin Lloyd flipping the script. Well, so has Antonio Johnson. He has really done a phenomenal job of becoming a guy who's in the right spot and someone they can rely on.
He's always had the athletic ability.
Oh, without question. So they get get your best guys on the field, and if that's we're going to have to rotate 3 safeties through, or we're going to put 3 safeties on the field at the same time, then that's what we do.
All right, let me go through some of the names that people have selected to be X factors, and you guys weigh in on what you think. Whether that's a reasonable selection or how big of a role or impact they might have this week. I'll start with LaQuint Allen. From Duval Doom. Can we get reliable production out of our 3rd-string running back if he's needed to carry more of the load with Basil Tootin out of the game? What do you think about that, Tony Smith?
I think you'll get whatever you want, and you'll get it angrily. Like, whatever he's doing, it'll be aggressive.
Do you think, by the way, DJ Dallas signed to the practice squad, who's got a lot of kick return to the active roster? Okay, he's got a lot of kick return experience.
He'll be the second guy back there with LaQuint.
Okay. And so he'll handle that. Probably not going to touch the ball on offense.
He may get a couple of carries here and there.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, can't ask ETN to do all of it.
No, but you have
LaQuint.
So,
yeah, well, true, but you feel good. I mean, Dallas has done. He's played in the league. I mean, it's not going to be like 7 carries for the guy, but he may get 2 or 3.
LaQuint's already kind of had the 3rd down role anyway.
Yeah, I mean, LaQuint's going to be the 3rd down guy. If it's not LaQuint as the 3rd down guy, ETN can do a lot of that same stuff too. But I think we'll see a couple of carries for DJ Dallas and definitely some offensive snaps, I think.
All right, let's see. Cristiano and several others went with Parker Washington, who you went with. So obviously we're not going to disagree with that. Scott went with Cam Little, who I went with. Here we go. From Solbert, going to go with Brian Thomas Jr. His ability to threaten the deep passing game, even if he doesn't get 10-plus targets, will give more opportunities to every other pass catcher. Mike DeRocco, does that resonate with you?
Yeah, he's a guy that, look, if they can hit a couple of those shots, and look, I went through it. In his last 2 games, he's averaging like 22 yards per target, per catch. I mean, it's
been nothing but deep shots for the most part.
Right, for the most part. I mean, there was one where he's coming across the field, but most of it's been numbers outside line, like we've talked about for the last several weeks. He's done a really good job. That's a role he's comfortable in. So, you can loosen some things up, hit some of that, then, yeah, it does open everything else up for the others. So that's a good one, and I considered him too.
I did too. I think Brian Thomas Jr., the way they're using him right now, at some point here in this stretch coming down the last 3 weeks of the season in the playoffs, he's going to have one of these weeks where it's 6 for 130 and 2 touches.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's getting those kind of opportunities in games to have those kind of monster numbers week to week. It's just hard to predict when it's going to happen. And when it does, obviously, that will have a big impact on the outcome of whatever game he happens to do that in.
All right, a couple more. Several people went with one on offense, one on defense. A lot of people mentioned Brenton Strange, and I think we all agree. At any given week, Brenton Strange
he impacts everything
in so many different ways, right? Even if he's not catching the ball, he can do a lot of stuff. But Tom also went with Dennis Gardeck, who he said will stealthily slip by the offensive line for a pair of sacks. How big is Dennis Gardeck, just in terms of their overall pass rush plan?
Yeah, he's, speaking of another, violent, aggressive guy, I mean, they've used him more as the season's progressed as a guy that can help rush the passer and pick your spots with him. I don't think you want him to rush every single down, but pick your spots with him. And, I think he can have an impact. He did last week for sure. He had the sack. I don't know what we want to call that sack dance, but, nice sack there against the Jets. But, I can see him, making a play here or there for sure.
Devin Lloyd going to need to win the turnover battle, and we're just hey, Devin, go get us the ball.
Right, yeah.
Look, I get it that Evan Ingram hadn't had a big impact for the Broncos, at least not as big an impact as we thought he might when he got there, but the Jags matching up with tight ends is always something to take a look at, and Evan Ingram is still an athletic enough guy that he can have a big impact.
He can be a problem.
You're absolutely right. I mean, and they before the season, if you said, okay, Evan Ingram's leaving, Devin Lloyd's got to cover him in Week 16, we would have been like, oh, my gosh.
I would have saved him.
12, right. 12, not even D-Rock was venturing into the Evan Ingram category today. I know you haven't taken a pick against the Jags.
Didn't I take him earlier in the year?
Maybe you did. I don't know. That's possible. But, yeah, I mean, look, Evan Ingram just hasn't been a big part of what they've done offensively this year. But
not.
You're right about that, Tony. It is that so-called revenge game, right? And, guys do get up for their former teams, even if they weren't wrong. Like Gardeck was clearly up for that game against Arizona, right? Wanted to show, hey, you should have kept me around or, offer me another contract, whatever the case may be. Let's see. LeQuint. Here we go. Terrence goes, this is all about ETN. Terrence, I'm going to strike that as non-responsive. Okay? Literally right there the question. Can't use ETN, can't use Trev, can't use Josh Hines-Allen, can't use Jacoby Myers.
What are there, 9 or 10 continents now?
I think they were up to 13. Dylan told us, including Lake Okeechobee. He threw
14 oceans. That's the oceans.
14 oceans.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Oh, I thought he said that one was a continent in his mind. I thought it doubled as both.
I don't know.
Is that new math? All right, I think we've covered most of Dan Lannon. We talked a little bit about who is playing. Several people mentioned BJ Green too, keeping the big guys fresh late in the game.
Strigal's probably not going to play.
Right, he missed practice yesterday, and that one.
And in this week it's
high ankle.
More of an impact because it's a mile high. Right, like the depth on your defensive line is going to be more tested this week than it would be in a typical week, just because the air is thinner. Right, like these guys, they're going to need breathers more often than they typically would in a given week.
All right, let's take a final timeout here. And we'll come back with some final thoughts from Mike DeRocco of ESPN fame as the Jags and Denver Broncos match up on Sunday. We will send you off into the afternoon here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Jaguars Today Thursday, brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Give a unique gift this holiday season with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Make your own product in the store with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
'Tis the season for savings at Green Acre Sporting Goods. Take advantage of the Second Amendment sales tax holiday, now through December 31st. Firearms, ammo, and accessories, all tax-free. Secure your holiday gifts with a Browning gun safe, and they'll deliver it right to your door. Come test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews at Green Acre Sporting Goods at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, Get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Just recently, Cam Little was good from 68 yards to set an NFL field goal record. You know who else goes the distance? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project. Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's two things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com. That's CheckmateCoatings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
You know, Jags can clinch a spot in the playoffs this week. There are, some scenarios if they tie, but putting those aside, if they win and either the Colts or the Texans lose, either one, Jags will clinch a playoff spot.
Not the division playoff spot.
Correct. But if they win, I'm going to put them at, me personally, going to put them at like 87% to win the division, if not high. Like, really high. I don't think they're going to beat the Broncos on the road and then lose to the Colts. I don't. That's me.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they lose to the Colts or the Titans, regardless of what happens.
So then you think if they beat the Broncos, it's it. They're going to win the division.
I would think so, yes.
Right. And 87, I can't completely rule out Indy because they are an NFL team. The Titans, I'll rule them out. Like, honestly, if you lose to the Titans, you deserve whatever bad matchup you get in the first round.
Well, and we're just assuming the Colts are going to lose to the Niners this weekend. And at that point, I know they can't be eliminated, right? That's what
correct. They cannot be eliminated. Like, we looked, if the Jags, the Texans, the Chargers all win and the Colts lose, they're less than 1%. They need every other thing needing to fall their way in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. They'll essentially be out.
Correct.
Mathematically still alive, but essentially
correct.
Out. And then, I did not watch the game. I saw highlights and clips of Phillip Rivers. You
can't throw it down the field.
Yeah, I saw whatever was going on red zone. Handoff. And they had the field goal drive to tie it there at the end, and then the field goal to take the lead for Seattle, and they get the ball back with 13 seconds. Like, they got no chance.
Yeah.
He can't push the ball downfield.
No. He couldn't 5 years ago,
by the way. He can't move either.
So,
and it's not like he looks like a guy who hasn't tried to throw a football hard in 5 years.
Right. Well, look, we brought this up because on the break, Dylan mentioned the Colts have opened up the practice window for Anthony Richardson. We're like, well, under what circumstances would he actually play down the stretch here? And I'm sure they promised Phillip Rivers, as long as we're alive, you're going to start these games. But what happens then? And so they can't be mathematically eliminated this week. But if they are going into Week 18, why wouldn't you play Anthony Richardson if you're the Colts? Like, Phillip Rivers is a future of nothing, for your organization. So, got to do what's best and see if there's any value there, I would think.
But, I mean, after missing all year or whatever, does he give you – I mean, what can you really draw on a one game from Anthony Richardson?
More than you can draw on none, I would think. I mean,
I don't know.
When you want to put it on tape, man, let's see. I don't know. I'm not saying –
I don't know. I don't know that it would matter.
All right.
To me, personally, it's like, look, I think we kind of know what Anthony Richardson is at this point. I don't know. Like, if he went out and threw for 320 and 2 scores, would it change your mind about who's your starter next year, or whether you want to bring back Daniel Jones? I don't know. It would for me.
Maybe not whether you want to bring back Daniel Jones, but whether you're ready to dump Anthony Richardson to the lowest or highest bidder. You know what I mean? Like, whoever gives you anything.
It would be probably not very many bidding teams. But, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
that's their problem.
Yeah.
I'm not that worried about it. Hopefully the Jags just win their game this week and let all the pieces around them fall where they're going to. Do you think they're going to win their game this week, D-Ron?
I think I'm going to pick them to lose a close game, 19-17. That's a tough environment. The Broncos are really good as a pass rushing team. It'll be the best. Benito won't be the best pass rusher they face, but I think they're the best pass rushing team overall that they'll face. And I think that's going to give them a little bit of trouble, even as well as their offensive line has been playing. But, I think we talked about it before. It's hard to prepare when you're not really sure. When there's guys everywhere. It's not just, hey, just figure out how to get Max Crosby out of the game. This is 4 or 5 guys that have 5 or more sacks. So I think that's going to be a little bit of a problem, and they'll play a tight game. So I think maybe like 19-17.
All right.
Losers.
Fair enough. D-Rock has no confidence in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Right there, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
Final words with Mike DiRocco coming up, but right now...
I got a final word for you.
Yeah, I know you do. Let's head out to the Ale House at Beach and Hodges for XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Matt Hayes is at the Ale House with the XL Primetime crew. Matt, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
We're well, except for D-Rock just threw a big bummer on it. So he's going to predict the Denver Broncos to win this week. We're not at all happy with him. What are you guys getting into on the program today?
What the hell's wrong with him?
I don't know.
What's wrong with him, D-Rock?
Probably, actually.
Don't throw that bad mojo on us, D-Rock.
Do you want the whole list or just the top 10 of what's wrong with me?
Don't throw that mojo on us, man. We are talking about this big game, obviously. We're also going to get into our college football playoff predictions. A lot going on football. Big weekend beginning Friday.
All right. Well, Matt, have a great show out there. It's a great location. We hope folks stop by and see you with XL Primetime at the Ale House at Beach and Hodges. So enjoy for the next couple hours.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, there you go. Matt Hayes and the crew with XL Primetime. D-Rock, what are you writing about for the Jags?
Keys to their playoff push. The final 3 weeks. Trevor needs to stay hot. The offensive line needs to protect at the same level it's been protecting. I looked 5 games they have had this year that they did not give up a sack.
Right. Yet they've given up 32.
Right. But 14 of those came in the 2 losses to Seattle and the
Two
Rams.
teams with really good pass rushes.
Yeah. Oops. How about that? How about that?
Yes.
I don't think they give up 7 sacks this week.
I certainly hope not. That would be a big step backwards from the way they've been playing.
And then keep the turnovers coming on defense.
If we were able to expand the field to all the players on the team, ETN might be the biggest X factor in this game. How much can you lead? Can he be effective? Can you lead with the run and be productive and stick with it, and then hit those play action shots when they're a little bit off balance on defense? It's going to be interesting to watch it.
Did you see Sean Payton talking about the Jaguars secondary?
Yeah.
Yesterday. And he's like, typically in a week you start targeting guys because they don't catch the ball in the secondary. He's like, not this week. He's like, they all catch it. It hits their hands, they make the play. So.
And Monteric Brown, that may be the best catch of the year.
That was a ridiculous interception he made last week. Absolutely. All right, Mike DiRocco can be found on X at ESPN DiRocco. Go check out his work at ESPN.com. D-Rock, Merry Christmas to you and your family. We will not see you for the next couple weeks, although we'll be breakfast bowling in the shadows, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So look forward to talking to you the next time around, probably in the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Stranger Things finishing.
Oh, big date coming up next week.
Yeah, and we will chat in 2026.
Beautiful. All right, for Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Stick around for XL Primetime next on 1010XL and 92.5.